Okay, in this video I'm going to discuss doing a iterator model that will then clip all of our mining features to our study areas. So again, two ideas here that I want you to remember. Iterators in a model are processes that allow us to repeat the same thing over and over again throughout an entire file or folder, or in some cases we'll see later on in a single feature class but across either many features or many attributes. So again, to begin this process, what we're going to do is we're going to open up our Model Builder desktop. I'm going to do that right now. And Model Builders, in terms of its functionality, the easiest thing that I find with it is being able to simply drag tools or elements from the toolbox into them. So what we're going to do now is we're first going to populate the iterator. And the iterator we can find it essentially as a system function. So I'm going to right click on our model, and you'll notice that down here the option is iterators, and in this case I want the feature class iterator. So I'm going to click on that and you'll notice that it appears here. So we're going to move that over here, and in this case really all we're using in terms of our repeating process is the clip tool, which happens to be in terms of our toolboxes in the analysis toolbox. I'm going to use that, and it's under the extract option. And so again, in the model building desktop, I can simply drag a tool into it, and so now we have essentially our tools elements or our model elements, which are again our iterator across feature classes, and then the clip tool. Now what I know in this case is that the iterator is going to be from the feature class. You'll notice, so we have a feature class we're putting into it. We're going to connect the feature class to the clip tool as the input feature. Okay? And you'll notice that at this point nothing really changes color, so it's not, the model isn't done yet. I'm going to go back to my iterator and I'm going to right click on it and open it. And what I'm asking it now, or what I'm being asked, is for my workspace. And so in this case what I want is my workspace resides on my desktop under our dissolve folder, and what I'd like to iterate across then is all of our UTM data. Okay, so I'm going to click on that and I'm going to add that. Now remember, it's a workspace, so it's asking simply for the UTM data geodatabase. And I'm going to open up my catalog just to make sure that that's correct. We'll go back in and I'll comment one more thing on our iterator, but it's always a good idea to make sure that what you're doing is for the right thing. So I'm going to look at my mining data, and you'll notice that this has a series of different types of feature classes, polygons, points, etc. Now I'm going to talk a minute about that issue of points in a clip feature. But if you'll notice here, so now we have our iterator has populated itself, and what we have is the iterator's output becoming the input feature class to the clip. You'll notice the name in this output is actually simply the first name in the geodatabase. The name below it we're going to use as an inline substitution option. So now I'm going to go over to the clip option. I'm going to open up that, and what I want to clip by first, I'm going to go back to our study area data. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first clip by the larger feature area, and then I'll show you how to change these things in just a moment. So again, the idea here is we're going to be using within our study the overall study, which we've already dissolved, as our clip feature. And remember, the clip feature is kind of the cookie cutter. The input features are the full data set. Now our output, I'm going to change our output, and I'm going to have all of the data that we produce go out to the geodatabase that I've named clip output. So I'm going to click on that, and you notice there's nothing in there. But what I want the naming convention to be is we're going to use our inline substitution, which is the %, name, %, and in this case I'm going to say overall study clip, so that I know what's happening. Now remember, because I've used that name inline substitution, the original name of the feature class will be preserved, but we're going to be adding that ending overall study clip to each and every one of them. So I'm going to click Save, and we're going to hit apply, and OK. And now you'll notice that if I make this look right, we're going to see that we have, in terms of our model, an iterating process, a clip process, and then we have an input from the iterator and a clip that we've defined. Now, I'm going to run this, and I'm going to stop the video. We'll look at the output in the next video.